What's going on, YouTube? GJ here with 2 Raw TCG, Taurus Family TCG. I always get the name looked up because I've changed it so many times, but we are back with another video. I think the last video I uploaded to the channel was a Destin Rivals Elite Trainer Box opening, and that was like 2 months ago. Haven't really gotten any other product as far as Pokemon goes, Gundam, One Piece, anything like that. Haven't been playing Duel, Master Duel, Pokemon TCG Live, Duel Links, any of that. I haven't been playing any of that. Haven't really touched my Switch to be playing the Rumble Battle Royale game, the Rush Duels game on there. But what I did do is, as you guys can see here, I printed out Rush Duel cards. They are in English. The artwork is found on a website called DeviantArt. There is a user by the name, I think, like Moonstar or something. And I'll go ahead and show you kind of how I got these. These are proxies, of course. So this is cardstock right here. As you guys can see, I didn't cut it so well, but this is cardstock. So that's what the back of the card is. The front of the card is vinyl sticker, print it onto the sticker, peel the sticker, and put it onto the cardstock. And the thickness and stuff like that will be kind of similar to a real Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then you just throw it into a sleeve, and really you're good to go. I do plan on getting foil sticker paper to kind of throw over some of these cards, about like 38 of them. This deck, as you guys can see, like the yellowing, of course, and then also the whites, right? Because that's kind of like secret rare, and then whatever rarity this is, as you guys can see, it is supposed to be some sort of rarity. So can't wait to do that. But we are going to do a deck profile today. This is what I'm calling the 7 Roads Chaos deck, because it is 7 Roads Magician plus Ritual of Magician of Light Chaos. There are some cards in here that I'm thinking of swapping out in the near future or whatever, so I'll probably do another deck profile on this within like another month or so. But let's show you guys what we have here. I'm going to raise this up, kind of tilt that over so we can see the deck. So like I said, 40 card main deck, and then a 15 card extra deck. There's no side deck. I didn't feel like printing out a side deck, but what I will do is I'm working on Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Harpies, and then I'm gonna see what other decks I can find. I do follow a guy on YouTube. I can't think of the name right now. I'll try to link his stuff in the description below, but that's if I just remember like where I found this from. That's where I get got all my deck lists from for the decks that I'm printing out, was the guy on YouTube. So yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Rush Duels is pretty much speed dueling. It pretty much replaced speed dueling, because I think speed duels no longer get support or anything like that, except for in Duel Links. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that I'm assuming that's what it is, right? With of course some boosted up rules for my hands are super ashy up, sorry about that, for Rush Duels. Like Rush Duels, you can normal summon, tribute summon however many times in a turn that you know have the ability to do so, and then of course, as you see here, they have requirements to activate their effects and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and start off here. We do have 3 7 Roads Magician. I did print out 3 different artworks, as you guys can see here. The sticker up here messed up, but these are 3 artworks. We have this is more of a full art, and then you have the blue hair and the orange hair. And then of course what this card does, as you guys can see here, it says requirements in the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and this card gains attack equal to the number of different attributes in your graveyard times 300 until the end of the turn. My fingers are green because, well, you know, I was doing some stuff with some green stuff. But yeah, so those are the three. The not necessarily the boss monster of the deck, but it is the monster of the main protagonist from Yu-Gi-Oh! Go 7 or whatever the first Rush Duel thing was called. Also the first boss monster for an antagonist to not be 2,500. I think it's the first one. Then the second, we have 2 multi-strike dragon Drakias. Again, 2 different arts. And this is a level 7, 2,500 attack, 1,500 defense. It's a dragon, of course, that sends a top card from your deck to the graveyard, just like 7 roads. And then it says this turn, if this card destroyed a monster by battle, it can make a second attack during that battle phase. So pretty strong. This card is, of course, the 2,500 meter that this should have and could have been, but of course it gets a attack boost. Next we have a 7 sword supporter of the Celestial Saint. This looks really dope. I don't know why it's black, to be honest with you, but that's the way it was. It looks dope though. Like I'm fucking with the black whole border or whatever. So I'll read off this one. This is actually easier to read. It says level 9, 2,000 attack, and 2,500 defense. During your main phase that you normal or special summon this card, you pay 500 life points, and then you can activate the effect special summon 1 monster from your graveyard face up on the field. This turn you cannot activate the effect of Sworn Supporter of Celestial Saint. So I'm guessing what that means by the end is, let's add both of these on the field at the same time somehow or whatever. And I use the effect from this one. I can't use the effect from this one because I already activated it. And then, of course, the end of it says the turn. This turn you cannot activate the effect of Sworn Supporter of Celestial Saint. So that's just my assumption. I'm still learning the game. I'm still reading the rules. I do have some duels planned to come out once I get the other decks printed, and we'll go from there. All right, now we have Plastic Model Lenore. Again, 2 different arts. Black suit, white suit, you know, it is what it is. Level 4, 1,300 attack, 800 defense. She is a thunder monster. Also, yeah, that's another thing I wanted to point out, and I'm probably not going to see it here until I get to the extra deck. But they do have different types of monsters versus the main game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Requirement for her effect is during the turn you normal summoned this card, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Increase this card's level by 4 until the end of this turn. Then, if you have not drawn a card during this main phase, you can draw 1 card. This is really good because, like I said, we play a ritual package. So she bumps herself up to level 8. Easily get Magician of Black Chaos out. Next, we have 3 Justicar of the Dragon Stream. 2 different arts, like you know, most of them have been. He is a spellcaster, level 3, attack 700, defense 500. Shuffle 1 Justicar of Dragon Stream, so shuffle, you know, or 4 monsters from your graveyard into the deck. And the effect is destroy 1 face-up card on your opponent's spell or trap zone. So, pretty much a Mystical Space Typhoon. Then, some retrains. We have some Winged Dragon of Chaos. Level 4, 1,400 attack, 1,200 defense. During your main phase that you normal or special summon this card, set 1 black magic ritual, of course, to get out your Magician of Black Chaos from your graveyard into your spell and trap zone. Then, if you have not drawn a card during this main phase, you can draw 1 card. So, like I said, Winged Dragon, I think it's Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress? So this is Winged Dragon of Chaos. Like I said, just an easier way, or just a retrain, because it's going to work with the Magician of Black Chaos. Marching Beaver Warrior, of course, retrain of Beaver Warrior, level 4, attack 1,200, defense 15. Requirement, during the turn you normal summon this card, send the top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard, then special summon 1 monster with 1,200 attack, 1,500 defense, or 1 monster with 1,400 attack and 1,200 defense, which is, of course, the Winged Dragon. from your graveyard to your field in face-up defense position. So, and then another retrain is Light Calling Griffor, 14 or 1200 attack, 500 defense. So it plays into the Beaver Warrior, level 4. It says requirement: reveal one ritual monster from your extra deck. Right, because in this game, ritual monsters do go in your extra deck. That's something I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video. Warrior or spellcaster type, and then it says set one ritual spell card that mentions the monster revealed by this effects requirement from your graveyard. So really, you want to kind of throw this out, right? You do this, you will reveal the Magician of Black Chaos. Boom. This is in your grave, which also alternate art. This is in your grave. Boom. Place it on the field. Activate. Do your little sacrifices, and then get Magician of Black Chaos out onto the field. I have been kind of testing the hands and stuff like that over the last few days. Haven't really just had anybody to play with, but you get what I mean. And then the last two cards, we have a one of Swordsman of Roadstar. This is a card new to the game because it's in the Rush series. Level 3, attack 1200 and defense 500. It is a normal monster. And then the last card is our legend card. Legend cards are going to be stamped up here at the top. You can only have one monster, one spell, and one trap legend. You cannot have multiples in your deck. So like cards like Blue Eyes, you can only have like one Blue Eyes in your deck. And then you can have no other legend cards that are in the monster category. You can only have like a legend card in the spell category and in the trap category. And I'm not sure if they'll ever do that for the extra deck, but you know, they could. So level 3, attack 400, defense 400. I want to say these cards usually keep their same effects, but let's go ahead. Let's see. If you have 10 or more cards in your deck, send up to 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. And then it says this card gains attack equal to the number of cards sent to the graveyard to meet the requirement times 500 until the end of his turn. So he can gain, what is it, 1500. Then you send this card from the field to the graveyard. Then if this card is sent to the graveyard by this effect, you go ahead and of course draw 1 card. So that is the monster lineup. 24 monsters, I believe it was. And then we get to our spells. We have, of course, 3 Black Magic Ritual. You guys know what this card does, right? Summon Magician of Black Chaos. Now, the good thing with this one is you can tribute monsters from your hand or the field to the graveyard as long as it's equal to 8 or more. And then you can go ahead and bring out Magician of Black Chaos. We already know how rituals work. Again, this time they're just in the extra deck. Now we have Ceremonial Gate. This is another ritual card. This is to bring out Ceremonial Sorcerer or Ceremonial Knight, which look like retrains of I can't remember their names. I knew it the other day. Chaos Sorcerer and Chaos Chaos something. I didn't want Chaos Sorcerer or something else. Can't remember. But this one is only sending face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard whose total equals to 7 or less. So I'm really thinking about cutting that down to 1 and then cutting this down to 2 because when I was doing like playtests, like I said, I copied the deck off a guy from YouTube, right? They make the decks just kind of based on how they play it on, I think it's EDO Pro is where they're playing it on. And like, that's cool. But as I was seeing it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of bricks. And I do kind of plan on playing this with friends and stuff like that. So kind of trying to print out as much of the proxies as possible and kind of see what works and what doesn't work. And yeah, like I said, down to 2 and down to 1. Next is 7 Wonders Fusion, because of course there is fusion in here. No requirements. It says fusion summon by shuffling monsters from your field and or graveyard into the owner's deck. If this was field, graveyard, or hand, that'd be like so much dope. but I mean, I guess I get why they do that. It's just in order to do that, you got to get Seven's Road Magician on the field, and of course that takes 2 sacrifices. So, all right, then we have one Jest of the Cosmos Princess. It says send 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard, including 2 monsters, and then destroy up to 2 cards on your opponent's field. Then, if your opponent has 2 or more cards on their field, you can draw 2 cards. So it's destruction and a draw. Magical Stone Excavation, old card, of course. Send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard and add 1 spell card from your graveyard to your hand. Just, you know, trying to recycle your ritual cards, or that Seven's Road Vision thing is what it's called. Equip card, we have Magical Lance, Grace Spear. It's the only card thing I saw that has the sample wording on it, but I could be wrong. Spell card equip, it says equip this to a face-up monster, either a magical knight or a spellcaster. So when I said how they have different like types and stuff like that, like magical knight is new. The equip card gains 200 attack, and if it attacks a defense position monster, you inflict piercing damage. And then if the equipped monster is a magical knight, it gains additional is that a typo? It gains additional times its level times 200 attack. So if you guys understood that, I understand it, but like if y'all didn't understand it. And then of course for the legend card, we use Harpy's Feather Duster. I cannot wait to kind of foil this with the foiling sticker paper that I'm getting in. But of course we all know what Harpy's Feather Duster does: is draw spell and trap cards on your opponent's side of the field. So go ahead and set that off to the side. And then to round off the main deck, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have. We have 2 Sunset Rebirth. So different arts, like I said before. I don't know why one has some girl and one has that honestly looks like Chaos Emperor Dragon, but I'm not sure exactly what card that is. But anyways, says when your opponent draws a card during their turn, or when a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, special summon 1 monster from your hand or graveyard to your field in face down defense position. Then choose up to 3 cards on your field other than this card. This turn, those cards cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So let's see. Yeah, so whenever your opponent draws a card, so during the draw phase, right? I would assume it's during that draw phase. Or when your monster is destroyed by their card effect, special summon a monster from your hand or graveyard into face down. That's okay, that's crazy. Special summoning in a face down defense position. Then choose up to 3 cards on your field other than this card. This turn, those cards cannot be destroyed. Oh, okay, yeah, that works. So you can add protection to that card. And then our last 2 one-ups before we get to our legend card, we have a Shiny Shady. It says when your opponent normal special summons a monster during their turn, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Change up to 2 face-up effect monsters on the field to face-down defense position. Then, if you change the face-down position, to face-down defense position, a monster with 2,600 or more original attack on your opponent's field, you gain 1,500 life points. That's actually dope. And then new start. When your opponent normal summons a monster, place 1 level 7 or 1 secret order from your graveyard at the bottom of your deck. So level 7 I think is Seven's Road Magician, multi-strike Drakeus, and I think that is it. Yeah, so it'd be one of those. So it'd be 5 targets for that card. And then it says destroy that normal summon monster. Then you can draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Wow, this is dope. No wonder it's called a new start. This is actually really good. I like that. And then our legend card, we have compulsory evacuation device. You guys already know what this does. Sends a card back to your. Oh wait, it says when a player normal or special summons a monster, or after your opponent activates a spell. Okay, so this one actually has a requirement different than the original card in regular Yu-Gi-Oh! You have to wait until your opponent either normal or special summons, or they activate a spell card, and then you can return 1 monster from the hand, or from the field to the owner's hand. That's crazy, crazy. All right. Now, the extra deck. Like I said, we have ritual monsters in the extra deck. We are going to start off with 3 Magician of Black Chaos. Now, in this game, this card does become Dark Magician in the graveyard. So, pretty much, this is Dark Magician. But only in the graveyard. Why? I couldn't tell you. I have no clue as to why that would be only in the graveyard. All right, we are running. Hit the camera there. Sorry about that. We are running 3 Ceremonial Knight. Again, or I'm sorry, this is Sorcerer, Ceremonial Sorcerer. This is kind of like the Chaos Sorcerer, if you guys remember that card. Level 7, 2300 attack, 2500 defense, spellcaster ritual. Now, I'm really thinking about cutting this down to 1. So I would take out 2 and probably 2 other fusions, honestly. If you have a face-up ritual monster level 8 spellcaster on your field, destroy 1 card on your opponent's field. So if I have this on the field and then I bring this out, I'm able to destroy a card on my opponent's side of the field. I mean, that's good, but like I said, I don't feel like I need 3. Like I said, I just copied a deck from YouTube. Next one is Ceremonial Knight. Same stats as Ceremonial Sorcerer. This one is send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This card gains 1000 attack, so put it at 33 until the end of the turn. And then if you have a face-up ritual monster, level 8 spellcaster, so Chaos Sorcerer, all face-up monsters on your field gain 500 attack to the end of the turn. So again, good, I guess, like if you're gonna have it on the field with Chaos, a Magician of Black Chaos, but I think a 1 of on both of them is just, I think it's perfectly fine. So that's it for the rituals. We have currently right now 9 rituals, but like I said, I'm probably gonna knock it down to 1 and 1. So, and then yeah, I'll keep Magician of Black Chaos at 3. All right, so let's get to the fusions. We are running 2 7 Knight. Oh, see, I can't. It's hard to read that. This came out printed kind of badly. 7 Knights, the multi-strike Dragon Knight. That is some dope art. First of all, level 9, 3000 attack, 2500 defense. This is a magical knight, as you guys can see there. Fusion effect. So this does take 7 roads plus multi-strike Dragon Drakius. It says send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and then you have a multi-choice effect. So this turn, this card gains 500 attack and can make up to 2 attacks on monsters, or this card cannot be destroyed by effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So multi-choice effect, I gotta read more into it, but I'm assuming means you choose one or the other. The next fusion we run is Seven's Gaseous, or Seven's Geas, the Magical Dragon Knight. So this is just another one of their fusions. Same 2 monsters, level 10, 3000. This is a level 9, 3000. I wonder why this is level 10, but whatever. Also a Magical Knight. It says if your opponent has a face-up monster that is a level 7 or higher on the field, you send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. So your effect on this one just depends on what your monster has on the field. This one, you just send a card from top of your deck. So this is actually kind of better. It says this turn, this card gains attack equal to the number of different types in your graveyard times 700 and can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. So pretty much combining the effects of the two cards. And then the second effect is destroy all face-up cards on the field. So yeah, that definitely seems like multi-choice. Is you have to pick one or the other. You cannot activate both effects. Again, I'll look more into it, and you guys will know. Next is the Seven's Paladin, level 9, 2900, 2400 attack, or 2400 defense. This is also a magical knight, and this is Seven's Road and Swordsman of Roadstar. That's the only vanilla monster in the deck, of course. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the number of different attributes in both players' graveyard times 400 until the end of the turn. Now, one other thing with this card is it's contact fusion. You don't need an actual fusion card. Yes, polymerization is in the game, and then they also have a card literally called fusion. Now, the only reason this doesn't say it on here, for some reason, I have no idea. But when you look the card up, there is, I think right above requirement that says you do not need, like, you don't need like a fusion card, or you can just tribute both to summon this. So this is a contact fusion card. It sucks that it doesn't say it on this version. I don't know. I guess the guy who was doing them just didn't know that, or he was rushing. I couldn't tell you. Again, this is a multi-choice effect. So you get this one, or then it says shuffle one monster from your graveyard into the deck, and then you draw one card. And then last but not least, the last monster or the last card of the deck is Roadstar Gladimagia, which is again Seven's Road Magician, and then Swordsman of Roadstar. And then also, this is a send top card from your deck to your graveyard. And then multi-choice effect is make one face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field lose attack and defense equal to the number of dark attribute spellcaster type monsters with different levels in your graveyard times 400. That's actually kind of dope. And the second effect would be this card inflicts piercing damage this turn. So again, multi-choice effect. I'm fully assuming that it is you choose one or the other. So that is the deck. Now I do have these cards here that I also printed that were going to be in the deck, but then I decided not to. So of course we have Seven's Road Switch, which I'm gonna try to find a way to include her into the deck. These aren't really cut all that great because I wasn't gonna use them yet. Mirror Force, another Seven's Road Witch, and an alternate art, and then Master of the Seven's Road, which I was using in Duel Links. You guys probably already know what the card is. But yeah, it's Seven's Magician and Seven Road Switch. Together, there is no requirement. This card gains attack equal to the number of dark attribute spellcaster type monsters with different names in your graveyard times 300. If you have 7 or more monsters that are dark spellcaster attributes in the graveyard, this card inflicts piercing damage. So this is a really dope looking card. But like I said, these are the cards that aren't included in this run of the deck yet. So what I kind of want to do, I know this is a long video, we're at 26 minutes right now, but I kind of want to just show you guys like kind of just, you know, little test hand real fast just to see like what we can get. It can brick. I'm not gonna lie. I have did it to where like turn 1 I drew 2 Seven's Road Magicians, a Drakeus, 1 spell, and then I think it was the level 9 monster as well. So yeah, so look, this is, see, look at that, oh well, but it doesn't matter because it has to be on field or in graveyard. So this would be a terrible first hand to go. Like, we can get her out, but she's a level 4 1300s, and really her effect is just to increase her level, so it really doesn't matter. However, yeah, it really doesn't matter. Like, if we get her out, we could like use her effect, right? Pitch that to the graveyard, increase her level to 8 just for the end of the turn. But then that's it, right? Because it says then if you have not drawn a card during the main phase, you can draw. And I don't know if I have to look at the phases again. Like I said, I'm still learning the game. But if there's I want to say there's a draw phase, so that means if I have not drawn a card in the main phase, then I would get to draw a card. But, you know, like I said, I'd have to look at the phases. But as you guys can see, like, that'd be a shitty hand, right? Be like, if I'm able to draw a card, then yeah, like, this would definitely help, because I would be able to boom, play this, and then it says send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Oh no, because then your special summon is from your graveyard, so it really doesn't matter. But like, let's say that was in the grave, got that out on the field, just in case the draw effect, right? What I could do, of course, boom, tribute, go into this, maybe. Let's see, special summon monster from your graveyard. Yeah, so look, I could do that, right? And then I'd pay 500, boom, and then I would special summon It says put summon a monster from your graveyard face up to your field this turn. Bam, and then I can get Seven's Road Magician out onto the field. Right, and then I would play that face down because then I'm left with one card in hand, right? So the next turn is like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and now I have a whole like new starting hand. And like this actually works out because like I could do this, right? I could play that, and then I would like sacrifice. No, yeah, because I'm gonna fuse him off anyway, right? So I'd sacrifice, and then I would play multi-strike, boom, and then I would activate that, boom, fuse off to these go back into the deck, right? And then I would bring out one of the dragons, which I think I said would be this one, because this is like sent from the top. Now I got these two on the field. Then I would boom summon that. So now I'm up 3 monsters, right? This one is shuffle this into the deck, and then I'm able to destroy a spell or trap card on my opponent's side of the field. It's of course in the graveyard. Have this, play that face down. I would sacrifice those two, go into him. Now I have nothing in hand, but I still have these two who have, you know, great effects. His effect activates, boom. He gains his attack, his effect activates, boom. Send that also to the grave. And then it says, of course, I got the multi-choice, so I'd be able to either gain attack and to attack on make up to 2 attack on monsters, or this card can not be destroyed by card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So, you know, whatever. That's just something, like I said, but I gotta see if, you know, the phases and stuff like that. Because if the phases work like that, like if there is a draw phase, I want to say there's like only 3 phases, right? Main phase, battle phase, and end phase. So could be wrong, but just in case it did, like that would be dope. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I have to look. I have to learn more of the rules, and then you guys will definitely get more videos. So the next video on the channel is probably going to be more Rush Duel, but it's going to be off the Nintendo Switch 2 because I've been playing that game again, the Psycho Battle Royale thing or whatever. And then it'll probably be the Dark Magician Proxy deck, and then a duel between this deck and the Dark Magician deck. Trying to work back into Master Duel. Just haven't really been feeling Master Duel. Like I go through my periods where it's like, yay, Master Duel, and then like, okay, I'm done with Master Duel. But anyways, again, this video's long. I apologize. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff on the pipeline. Check out my gaming channel. Links in the description. I'm really trying to grow that channel over there. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.